Hello.
Hey, all right.
Yes, good. You?
Yeah, let's talk about what's happened this week because I think social media is a big talking point at the start of there.
Yes. So let's start there. So essentially, what we've done this week is we've got social medias on pretty much everything, or
Hmm.
well, all the ones we'd like to anyway. So we've now got an email, we've got Facebook, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, we've also got a TikTok because you've got to stay down with the kids. Um, so we are at Blóðlína music. Oh, well, we had to use English version, so it's
Hmm.
Blina or L. I can't even spell it. Blodlina musical, and it's that for everything.
Yeah, it's the anglicized version of our musical's name, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
Yeah. So
and
obviously we finished last week. So I think we were saying that we were going to have a group meeting, and on Sunday, whilst we were discussing the various feedback and information that we've been having from the producers that we'd been talking to,
mhm.
one thing that came out above everything else was the fact that they said build hype early, which
And
basically
that's what we're
prompted us.
doing.
Yeah, it prompted us all three of us to just go. Right then, we've been putting off social media for a year. I guess we've kind of got some things to post now, so let's do it.
Yeah, and which is a nice place as well to like promote our demo tracks that we've got at the moment, but also any sort of new developments going on, including something that's happening next Saturday, which is very exciting.
Yeah, I actually just got the email notification through from you, so thank you for organising that.
That's right. Yes, we're doing our we're doing I say a read through this Saturday, but we're doing it with pretty much a full cast, which is very exciting.
Hmm.
I've spent this week doing, and obviously now I'm sure a lot of creatives can empathise with it. Trying to do creative stuff whilst also having a job is so difficult because obviously now
Yeah.
I've got a job now doing various things, rolling out vaccines, whatever, in a local surgery. So now I'm trying to do that alongside organising whatever it was this week, plus also trying to do my own things. And yeah, it's it's getting a lot more challenging now, but that is more fun also.
Yeah, so obviously we've got the read through coming up next week,
Mm-hmm.
which is exciting. And we have now set up a whole bunch of social medias. And I think, like you, I said I'm not going to be on TikTok, and then we did, and now I'm just stuck scrolling on it all day.
Yeah,
So bad.
I
I've
know, I
lost
know,
many
but
hours
but
to it this week.
I know because you just scrolling through and think, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's really cool. Because I see a lot of these. The ones that scroll are coming up are the transition ones for me.
Hmm.
Obviously, there's Watch TikTok because like I love scrolling through Watch TikTok, and I think you've shown me one bloke that I really like. It's the transition ones for me that are getting me hooked.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for
I,
me, I just I can't help it. I like anything vaguely funny, and I end up just rewatching it 100 times.
yeah, yeah. And is your For You page now stuck on? Is a lot of music stuff as well?
Yeah, there's a fair bit of music stuff on there. A lot of
Yeah.
little comedy things. It is what it is. But I think it's good that we've now finally jumped onto social media because actually, especially as TikTok itself, as frustrating as it is, being a bit of a cringy platform for the likes of you and me, I
Yeah.
think the interest that we've gained already in a single week has actually been quite a lot. And
Hmm.
actually, I think that reflects on the feedback that we were getting from the producers we've been speaking to about creating
Yeah.
hype early.
Absolutely, yeah, and I think as well. From well, the first one we put up was the like reacting to one of the of one of the track. Was it the one we played last week, or was it the week before we played it
Yeah, I
on
think it
here?
was last week on here.
Yeah, so it was the
Regret.
uh,
Yeah.
regret. I was going to say reconciliation then, but it's not that. Yeah, so regret. Yes, we played that. Did the ending of that, which is that insane final note, and that got quite a good reaction. But the one of the week, the most popular one was you getting your musical instrument harp thingy.
Yeah, so I went on a bit of a well, like I said, I mentioned last week that I'd hit a bit of a down period because we lost the fantastic guitarist Ben, who just appeared and then disappeared as quickly as he'd come.
Yeah.
And that sent me into a bit of a downward spiral. And I think sometimes, even though I can't afford it, I end up buying things when I'm sad. And being a musician and a composer, I like getting instruments, and so normally I would buy virtual instruments because I work a lot virtually with VSTs and MIDI and that sort of thing, but because I'm not near my computer at the moment and I'm stuck at home like everyone else, I opted for a physical instrument this time, and because it was vaguely in the direction of folk metal, I bought myself a lyre harp. And I love it.
That was the most popular one of the week, and I was gutted because I thought my one about like I did a good day's work and I screamed. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh well, I think you did a good job as well. And actually, I've got to say, your screaming is really coming along. It's it's fantastic.
I feel like I'm having a lot more time to do it. Strangely enough.
Yeah, but it's coming along, and actually, it's good that you're being able to land that fry technique. Yeah, because I think the other technique, the one that I've been working on, is something that I can teach you when we're back together. And it's something that would take a lot less time to pick up. So you can then choose between the two types of the scream, whereas I'll only have one.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I think the one that I'm doing, I think you could pick up pretty quickly. So if we wanted to, we could switch.
Yeah, why not? Let's when we meet up again and we plan to do, this live demo-y type thing of Sucks to Be You. I think we should teach each other the type of scream we'd been learning, and then just, I don't know, mix it up maybe.
Yeah, could do. Yeah, sounds good. But yeah. So and then you also on this has just become a TikTok stereo. The one of you doing "Wake Me Up Inside." That one, I really like that. That was cool.
You know what? I don't like to blow my own trumpet too much, but I am really proud of myself for that one. Not because like it did well on TikTok or anything, but because you can hear in all layers of that the progress in which I've made in the last 4 months. So obviously I did that scream challenge to teach myself how to scream, but as a side effect of that, because of the warm-ups I was doing, my natural singing voice got a lot better. And so when I layered up that TikTok with, the 3-part a cappella harmony, my voice sounds pretty good underneath. And then I was able to layer on a low scream and a high scream. And I just love it. I love what I was able to do with that.
Mm-hmm. And that's really cool. But also then you also had someone saying, "How did you not break your voice?" And it's like,
because I did a month's worth of intensive training by myself.
Yep. Yeah.
Also,
so that was really
as you mentioned it.
So how does that? Obviously, that works like a harp, but is it just one scale? Because obviously, there's no frets in it or anything.
Yeah, so the way that the lyre harp works, the particular one that I have is a 7-string. So typically a 7-string is tuned to a pentatonic scale. So
right.
And basically anything you play on that is going to be fine because it doesn't clash with it. You typically can get more stringed instruments for lyres. The standard one is actually a 10-string lyre, and they go up to, I think, about 16-string. But yeah, the idea is that you have one string per note, and you use that. That's why lyre melodies are quite sparse or arpeggiated. It's because you play one note with each finger, essentially. But the thing is that they have these tuning pegs on the top, so they aren't just stuck in one key. You can tune them to whatever tuning you want to tune it to. And so, if I've got a song in A, then I could tune it to the A pentatonic, or I could tune it to a relative minors pentatonic if I wanted to get a slightly different flavor on that song. And if it's in different key, I can just tune it up or down.
There you go.
The strings are slightly more forgiving, I think, than a guitar's strings because they're a lot shorter.
Right.
They're only about a foot long. And so when you're tuning them up and down, they have a little bit more give in them.
Oh, okay, cool. Because that's what I was just about thinking now. Because obviously, with my strings, you have to tune them to, like, there's no give in them. You can do like half step or full step down, but that's pretty much about it.
Mm-hmm. Whereas this, I can tune it to what I want, really. And the other thing that I learned the other day is the fact that the first time I was playing it, I was doing. I was holding it with one hand and playing it with the other. And I saw somebody playing the lyre, a slightly bigger one, and realized that actually, because there's a hole in the middle, you can actually play it with both hands at the same time. So you can do that sort of motion with both hands at the same time, playing from the other side of the strings. It's quite cool.
Ah, okay. That's nice. Cool.
So yeah, I'm still learning. But anyway, I think we've got slightly off topic. That I'm hoping to eventually layer the lyre sounds, on top of some of the recordings that we've got going to give the metal feel a slightly more folky element.
Awesome.
Cool.
Nice.
So I think we've reached the kind of segment of our usual talk on playing a song for everyone.
Yeah, what have we got this week?
Well, we've done Regret.
Yep.
And what was the song we did before that?
King Ovian's Son.
King Ovian's Son. Right, okay then. What is today's choice? What would you like to hear?
Well, since you've been talking about screaming, do you want a Thor and Loki song?
Should we do Sucks to Be You?
Let's do Sucks to Be You.
Cool. And that should contain kind of where we are roughly at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's give it a listen.
Let's load it up.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, wouldn't you just... Yeah. What are you doing now? I was just planning on doing a bit of fourth wall breaking, you know? Same. You've paid your fee, so you've consented to see a Viking tale unprecedented. Some is history, the rest a mystery. That's because this story's been invented. I'm telling Mum, why is that a wonder? Stop playing dumb, afraid to be plunder. Your reason to be, cause you're lacking a spine. And enough I am drawing a line. Your crown's breaking, cause you know that you suck, and I should take place for the taking. Now, boys, we're playing nicely, we're playing nicely. Look, Mum, we're still friends. I heard the noise, I'm watching, boys. We'll hug and make amends. We're living perfect harmony. But still, from my point of view, it sucks to be What? Well, sort of. You were found as a lanky little baby child thing. Then Odin was like, yeah, he'll do, but he never actually adopted you. Please shut up. Sorry. Should I continue with the story? Why is it always you that gets the glory? Go with the board, go with the plan. I'll show you who's best, come on, fight like a man! We're playing nicely, we're playing nicely. Look, Mum, we're still friends. I heard the noise, I'm watching, boys. We'll hug and make amends, but my darling to kill you. Well, I live for your pain. We're playing nicely, we're playing nicely. I'm going to make my life. You suck only half as much as me. Fine, if you're gonna make this bet, then I reckon it should be a game. What? Gamble on the characters, and if they win, then you deserve your name. As long as you don't use your tricks, I'll be down to play along. Of course I know I'm gonna win, somehow you always get it wrong. I'll break you. We're a happy family. Whoever you choose, I will. Out of the blue, I will take my revenge. You're jealous cause it sucks to be you. Boys.
Yeah.
There we go. So that was Sucks to Be You, and that's the one featuring you and I on there.
Yes, indeed. And that one, I haven't heard in that middle eight. Those, what have you put in there now? Those little bing, 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 bing.
Yeah, so I think that one's actually still kind of a work in progress. Vicky's currently adding in some extra instrumentation to that middle section because it was the most recent thing to be changed on that song. Is that slowdown? But I think actually Sucks to Be You is probably one that we've got to re-record, both of us, when we can finally get back and see Vicky in person. Because obviously we've got I think 5 different versions of vocals in there that are being cut between, and some of them have been recorded on a on a condenser mic, some of them through phones, some of them are layered vocals. Like, it's a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
So, I think Vicky's pretty keen to have us re-record all of that.
Yeah. But it's a full song, so, you know, that's
Yeah,
what
it
it
is.
is. It is what it is.
And like everything else, you know, it's progressing, and I quite like its particular flavors and the good fun.
Yes, I enjoy that very much.
It also, actually, that version for some reason featured you as Mother Frigga,
Yes.
which we actually had replaced with Flora. I think that version for some reason just didn't. But it's worth noting that we've also got Flora playing the part of Mother Frigga, and I think we should just briefly have a quick chat about that, because Flora has kind of also been part of this journey since the beginning.
Yeah, I'd say so.
In one way or another. I think we'll probably demo one of her songs a little bit later on when we do maybe, you know, another podcast. But Flora was one of our classmates, and she participated and was part of that that first little test that we were talking about when we set some fights to music. The character that she's playing, or eventually will be playing, is pretty much based on her.
Yeah, because we know Flora as a person, but she's very different in different situations. But the core essence is her energy that she brings, which is so infectious, and also her kind of I don't know if roadman's the right word, but that sort of streetwise kind of attitude.
She has a very brash behavior.
Yeah.
But not as Flora as herself, but kind of, I don't know, when she's in a heightened mood. And I think that's what we captured as the Mother Frigga character. Yeah,
I think so as well. And it's such a nice quality as well, because we wanted Mother Frigga to be this sort of unmotherly mother, kind of, and also like essentially not what you'd expect Mother Frigga to be, or not what she's been portrayed as in the past. Because from the kind of god that Mother Frigga is, you expect her to be, you know, bow down to the man and being so subservient. But we wanted Mother Frigga to be, I'm the domestic goddess, yes and this, yes and that, but I'm an absolute badass, and that's what we wanted to bring out. And essentially that badass nature is something the Flora definitely brings. So that's why we thought of her, I think.
So, plans for this week, what are we doing? I mean, obviously you've already kind of covered it, but...
Yeah, I've kind of covered my week really, so I'm going to be doing that, but the read through and rehearsal for that. But also, I think we should be contacting people who could possibly watch it at the same time, just as a sort of it's either to give feedback or people we potentially want to be working with, and we say, look, we've got this going on. If you want to watch it, great. If not, we'll be recording it anyway, and we'll send it to you if you'd like to, or a cut down version then.
Yeah.
So good. I think that's a good idea to do that as well.
Okay, I think for me... Oh, actually, how have we missed this? Got caught up talking about social medias and TikTok. I forgot to say about one of the other massive developments that's happened this week. Because out of the wake of losing Ben as part of the team, last Sunday, just out of nowhere, my brain just reminded me that there was somebody that I knew who would be absolutely perfect for the job of basically workshopping these songs in a more metal direction, which is originally what Ben was brought in for. And I remembered that this person was a guitarist, a metal vocalist, a bassist, a drummer, and kind of all-round songwriter that I had known. But the thing was, I'd only known this guy for about a term of high school, and just out of nowhere, at the back of my memory, oh, hang on, I knew him in year 7. I should get in contact with him. And so I tracked this guy down. His name's Giacomo. And last Monday, we had a video chat after he was basically like, I'd be really interested. It sounds great. And I've got all the time in the world in my hands. We had a long video chat, about an hour long. It was a surrealist experience because it was like it's been apart for 5 minutes. It was great.
Yeah.
Essentially, Giacomo is now part of what's going on with Blóðlína, and is kind of I don't want to say filling Ben's shoes, because Ben brought something that was really special, but in essence, he's going to be helping workshop all of the stuff now, not just a single instrument, where I was needing several people to do one job before. I've got Giacomo to basically do all of it, which is
Which is
amazing.
great.
It feels really nice to actually rekindle an old friendship as well.
Yeah, that's lovely. But it's so strange that went out of your mind. Obviously, year 7 being so long ago now, because you're ancient. And
well, let's put it this way: it's been as long now since I met him, as it was from when I met him to when I was born. Like, that's how big a deal this is for just suddenly remembering someone I really didn't think about before.
yeah. But I thank heavens for your brain and remembering.
Yeah, because I mean, literally, Giacomo is the perfect fit for what we need to do in these next couple of weeks to progress the demo album. And he's totally up for it. He's really excited about the project, so I'm looking forward to having him on board.
Yeah, amazing.
Anything else this
really,
week? I think that's pretty much us wrapping up now, isn't it?
Yeah. No, I think for this week it's basically focused on the read through now, isn't it?
Yeah, your focus is on read-through. I'll be working with Giacomo to get these demos a little bit closer to a place where we can share them publicly.
Yeah.
I think Vicky is currently working with the singers, the West End singers that we've got at the moment.
Amazing.
She's recording them in and kind of encouraging them to get their tracks laid down. But I think everything's moving along forward now.
Yeah.
In a kind of exciting way. Quite
exciting and also steady pace. I'm impressed. I'm not I'm not surprised, but I'm also impressed the fact that we're still going. We still got some momentum going, which is great.
Yeah, definitely, and it's been a real encouragement this week that actually, despite all the restrictions, the lockdowns, the Blue Monday and everything, Blóðlína is still moving ahead, and I think it will continue to do so until theatres are open again. We'll be on those stages. We'll be the first up there, I'm sure.
Absolutely. That's what we're going to aim for.
Oh, it looks like we've got a message before we go. Do you want to play that?
Oh, here we go.
So guys, I just logged in and I see new musical. I'm a musical theater major myself, singer, dancer, actor, and I would just love to know, is there a link or a website that I could go and check out your stuff, check out what this new musical is all about? I'm excited and intrigued.
Cool. Well, Frankie, thank you for sending that message in. We actually just covered that just before you were coming on, but that's fine. We have just jumped on social medias, so you can find us pretty much on all of the platforms as at Blóðlína, Blodina musical, no space. And over the next coming weeks, we're starting to release material and what we're doing with things. But that pretty much sums up everything, I think, Nathan, today. So I guess I'll catch you tomorrow when we meet with Vicky. Yeah, right. Well, thank you for listening. We will be back next week at same time, same place. Yeah, and to play you out, Nathan, here's the harp.